My boyfriend was cheating with my sister. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. My boyfriend, the guy the first was planning to move in with, maybe even marry someday, was sleeping with my sister. But I didn't find out all at once. It started with something small. Something stupid, honestly. It was just a hoodie. He left it at my place, like he always did, tossed over the back of the chair. His gray gym hoodie. The one I always stole when I missed him. I picked it up to put it in the wash, and that's when I smelled it. Not his cologne. Not sweat from the gym. No, it was perfume. Sweet. Cheap. Way too strong. And definitely not mine. I froze. Pressed the fabric closer to my face, trying to make sense of it. And then I saw the lipstick. Smudged. Right on the inside of the collar. A pink-red stain. At first I thought, maybe it's mine? Maybe from weeks ago? But I don't wear lipstick like that. And I hadn't even seen that hoodie in over a week. My stomach flipped. You know that feeling when your heart drops? Like everything just stops? That's what it felt like. I stood there, just staring at it, like it was about to confess something. And then I remembered. Mia had been over. My sister. She stopped by a few days earlier, just dropping something off. Stayed maybe 10 minutes. But now that I think about it, Ethan came over not long after. He looked nervous. Off. Said he was tired. Didn't stay the night. I sat down on the bed, hoodie in hand. My thoughts racing. No way. Not Mia. Not Ethan and Mia. They barely even talk, right? Except a few weeks ago, at Mom's birthday dinner, I saw them whispering. And last month, Mia mentioned she joined a new gym. The same gym Ethan goes to. At the time, I didn't think anything of it. But now, I felt sick. Still, I needed proof. So I did what any girl would do. I checked her socials. Instagram. Nothing. No tagged photos. No comments. No clues. But then I remembered something. Ethan once left his iPad at my place. It was still logged into his messages. I opened it. Hands shaking. Praying I was wrong. But the second I saw her name, Mia, right at the top of the chat list, I knew. And what I read made my blood run cold. I opened their chat, and there it was, right at the top, a heart emoji. From her. The last message said, "Still thinking about last night. When can we do it again? Pleading face." My chest tightened. My hands went cold. I couldn't feel my fingers. I just stared at it. I should have stopped there. I should have closed it, walked away. But I didn't. I scrolled up. Slowly. Like peeling a scab you know you shouldn't touch. But you do it anyway. Because you need to see it. You need to know the whole truth. And what I found broke me. There were photos, selfies, inside jokes. She sent him a mirror pic, in my bathroom, wearing my shirt, while I was at work. He called her baby, told her she made him feel alive again, said I'd never understand him the way she does. That one hit hard. I'd been with him for 3 years. 3 years. Through everything. I stood by him when he lost his job. I helped him reconnect with his family. I even loaned him money when he was broke. And this is what I get? A sister who couldn't help herself, and a boyfriend who never deserved me. They weren't even careful. Messages like, "Don't wear that red lipstick next time. She almost saw it on my hoodie." Mom didn't notice anything at dinner. We're good. They were bragging about how close they came to getting caught, making jokes. Like this was a game. Like I didn't matter. I kept reading, even when I didn't want to. Even when the tears started falling. I just needed it all to be real. Because if I didn't see it, I would have doubted myself again. I would have let him lie to my face, and I might have believed him. But now I had proof. So I took screenshots. Every single one. Messages, photos, emojis, dates. Even their pet names for each other. Sickening. I saved them in a folder on my phone. Named it Truth. Because that's what it was. Cold, brutal, undeniable truth. After that, I just sat there, staring at the wall. No music, no crying, just silence. And in that silence, I started to remember things, little moments that didn't make sense before. Like when Mia got me that perfume for my birthday, the one that smelled cheap and sweet, the same one I smelled on his hoodie. Or when she accidentally left her lipstick at my place. That same red-pink shade. She was testing me. She wanted to know how close she could get before I broke. Well, I was broken now, but not destroyed. Because something inside me flipped that night. I wasn't just sad. I was angry. Clear. And I made a decision. I was going to confront one of them. But I didn't know who. Not yet. I didn't sleep. I laid there, staring at the ceiling, playing every word in my head. Every message. Every picture. Every fake little emoji they sent each other. I felt numb. Like I wasn't even in my body. By morning, I'd made a decision. I needed to look her in the eye. I needed to see if she could lie to my face. So I texted her. "You home?" She replied right away. "Yep, come over. I just made coffee, hot beverage." Coffee. Like nothing was wrong. Like she hadn't ripped out my heart and stomped on it with a smile. I threw on a hoodie, grabbed my phone, and drove. Hands shaking the whole way. I didn't even turn on music. She opened the door in her robe, like always. Hair in a bun, no makeup. Just casual. Too casual. "Hey, babe," she said, hugging me like we were 12 again. Like she hadn't been in bed with my boyfriend. I hugged her back, but only to feel it. To feel how fake it was. We sat on the couch. She handed me coffee. Smiling. She had no idea. I looked at her for a long time, studying every movement. The way she tucked her hair, the way she blinked. Looking for guilt, for anything. She just looked normal. So I asked, "Mia, are you sleeping with Ethan?" The air went still. Just for a second. She laughed. Not big. Just a little shaky laugh. "What? No, ew! Why would you even ask that?" I didn't answer. I just looked at her. And then I pulled out my phone. Opened the folder. Showed her the screenshots. All of them. I watched the color drain from her face. Her smile vanished. She didn't say anything. She just stared at the screen, at herself, at the proof. Finally, she looked at me, eyes wide, scared, and whispered, I didn't mean to. It just happened. Those words. That stupid, tired excuse. It just happened? With my boyfriend? My life? I felt like the whole room tilted. I stood up, tossed the coffee on the table. I didn't even yell. I just said, "You're my sister," and walked out. I didn't go home. I drove around for an hour. Didn't even know where I was going. My hands were shaking the whole time, heart racing, head spinning. Mia's face, her fake laugh, it kept flashing in my mind. And that sentence, "It just happened," like she tripped and fell into his bed. I didn't cry. I couldn't. I just felt hollow. But I knew what I had to do next. I had to face him. So I texted Ethan, "Come over, we need to talk." He replied in under a minute, "Be there soon, red heart." The nerve. He showed up with flowers. Flowers. Like that was gonna fix anything. I didn't even say hello. Just opened the door and walked back to the couch. He followed me in, holding the flowers awkwardly, like he knew something was off, but still tried to play it cool. He sat down beside me. Too close. I moved away. Then I said it. "I know." He blinked. "What do you mean?" I looked straight at him. "You and Mia." Silence. Then he sighed, like he was relieved. Not sorry. Not shocked. Relieved. He leaned forward, elbows on his knees. "I didn't mean for it to happen. I was confused. We were fighting. I didn't feel loved. She was just there. There. Like she was some random cup of coffee." I stared at him. He wasn't even crying. No tears. No begging. Just excuses. "I still love you," he added. I laughed. Actually laughed. And then I stood up. "You love yourself. That's it." He tried to reach for my hand. I stepped back. "We're done, Ethan. Don't ever come back." "And this part?" He smiled. A little half smile, like I was being dramatic. That smile made everything inside me snap. But I didn't scream. Didn't cry. I just walked to the door, opened it, and said nothing. I didn't answer any calls. Not from Mia. Not from Ethan. Not even from Mom. I turned my phone off, shoved it in a drawer, and sat. Silence. Real silence. It was the first time in weeks, maybe months, that I wasn't waiting for a message or watching someone lie to my face. It was just me, alone. And somehow, that hurt the most. I thought the betrayal would break me, but what broke me was the empty space. No noise, no drama, just me, sitting in my tiny apartment, with 2 coffee mugs still on the table, and a heart that didn't know what to feel anymore. I thought I'd cry, scream, throw something. But I didn't. I just sat there, with memories running through my head like old film. The first time Ethan kissed my forehead. The night Mia helped me move in. The birthdays, the fake laughs, the lies hidden behind "I love you." And suddenly, I realized how quietly they'd erased me. No big fight, no screaming match, just small lies, stolen moments, 1,000 little cuts. And I let it happen, because I wanted to believe the best in them, because I loved too much, because I never thought they could be the ones to hurt me. And now, Here I was, 27, alone, not knowing what to trust anymore. But for the first time, I wasn't pretending. No fake smiles, no explaining, no covering for anyone else. Just the truth. I'd been betrayed. And I survived it. Barely. But I did. And maybe that was the beginning. Not of something new. Not yet. But of me. I didn't leave the apartment for 2 days. I lived off crackers and old tea bags. No makeup, no real food, no music. Just silence. I wasn't hiding. I was pausing, breathing, letting it hurt. Then on the 3rd day, I ran out of toilet paper. Of all things, that's what finally made me leave. So I threw on a hoodie, tied my greasy hair back, and walked to the corner store. Didn't care how I looked. Didn't even bring headphones. I just needed air. The store was almost empty. I grabbed what I needed and went to pay. The guy at the register, I'd seen him before. Maybe once or twice. Kind eyes. Maybe a few years older than me. Nothing special. Except how normal he felt. He looked up, smiled politely. Rough day? I hesitated. Then nodded. Yeah, I whispered. He didn't ask why. Didn't make a joke. He just handed me the bag and said, "Hope it gets better." I didn't expect it to hit me that hard. But I walked out of the store, sat on the bench out front and cried. Not loud. Just, finally. I don't know how long I sat there. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe more. Then I felt someone sit down beside me. It was him. The guy from the counter. He didn't say anything at first. Just sat there. After a moment, he said softly, "You don't have to talk. I just didn't want you to cry alone." That broke me in a different way. Not because I liked him. Not because I wanted anything from him. But because he didn't want anything from me. He didn't know my story. Didn't ask for details. He just saw someone breaking and chose to stay near. We sat there for maybe 20 minutes. In silence. And then I stood up, wiped my face, and said, "Thank you." He nodded. "I'm here most days," he said. "If you ever need more toilet paper or silence." I smiled. For the first time in days. A real one. And I walked home. Lighter. Not healed. Not whole. But maybe beginning. It had been almost 2 weeks. No messages. No calls. No, "I miss you," or "Please talk to me." And honestly, I didn't need any. I was still hurting. Still picking up the pieces. But I was no longer bleeding. I was quiet. Then it happened. The one thing I thought I wasn't ready for. I saw him. I was walking out of the grocery store, holding a paper bag full of frozen meals and oat milk. And there he was, standing by his car, talking to someone on the phone, laughing. He didn't see me at first. I froze. My whole body tensed instinctively. Old feelings rushed in. Anger, sadness, shame. But then something strange happened. I breathed, and when I exhaled, he was just a guy, a person I used to know. Not my world, not my future. Just Ethan. He turned, noticed me. His smile dropped. He said my name. Quiet, hesitant. I nodded, didn't stop walking. But he stepped closer. "Wait, Can we talk? I looked at him. Really looked. Same eyes. Same voice. But he felt small now. Like a memory I'd already let go of. There's nothing left to say, I told him. He looked surprised. Hurt even. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. I almost laughed. You didn't mean to lie? Didn't mean to sneak around with my sister? His mouth opened, but no words came out. And I realized something. I didn't care anymore. Not about his answers. Not about his excuses. Not even about him. So I said the only thing I felt. I forgive you, but not for you. For me. His face tightened, like he didn't know what to do with that. And then I walked away. No drama. No crying. Just peace. For the first time, real, honest peace. I didn't notice it at first. How life started coming back in small ways. I was brushing my hair again, washing my dishes, letting sunlight into the apartment. Little things. I still wasn't okay, but I wasn't falling apart anymore. I went back to work, took long walks in the evening, started journaling again, not just about pain, but about growth. And one day I decided to stop by the store. The same corner store. Not for any reason, just to buy chocolate. And maybe see if he was there. He was. Behind the counter, bagging someone's groceries. With the same quiet presence that once made me feel safe on a bench. Our eyes met. He smiled. I smiled back. I wasn't crying this time. My hoodie was clean. Hair brushed. Eyes not red. He noticed. You look better, he said gently. Stronger. I nodded. I am. He rang up my things. 2 chocolate bars, a tea I didn't need, a candle I probably wouldn't light. None of it was important. I just wanted a reason to stay a little longer. Rough day? He asked, mimicking what he'd said before. I laughed. No, just a soft one. He nodded. We stood in silence for a moment. Not awkward, just peaceful. Then he said, I was hoping I'd see you again. That caught me off guard. But in a good way. I looked at him. He wasn't flirting. He wasn't pushing. Just honest. I'm glad you're okay, he added. I took a breath. I'm getting there. He handed me the bag. Our fingers brushed. No spark. No movie moment. Just connection. Same bench is still there, he said with a smile. If you ever need a place to sit. I smiled again. Maybe I'll stop by. He nodded. No pressure. And I left the store, walking slower this time, feeling lighter. Not because someone saved me, not because of a new beginning, but because I finally felt like me again. It had been over a month. I hadn't seen Mia, hadn't heard her voice, not a text, not a call, just silence. And honestly, I needed it. The space, the distance. It helped me breathe again. But silence doesn't last forever. One morning, while sipping my coffee, my phone lit up. Mia. I stared at her name, like it was something dangerous. A wound I'd covered. And now someone was poking it. The message was short. Can we talk? No explanation. No apology. Just those 4 words. I didn't reply. I placed the phone face down and sat very still. Everything inside me started spinning. Why now? What did she want? Forgiveness? Closure? Another excuse? I didn't know. I spent the whole day distracted. Everything felt heavier. My chest, my thoughts, even my steps. I went for a walk to clear my head. Ended up sitting on the same bench outside the store. The one where I broke down. The one where he sat beside me and said nothing, but meant everything. I sat there again. This time, stronger. More whole. And I thought, do I want to talk to her? Part of me screamed no. Not after everything she did. Not after the way she looked me in the eyes and lied. But another part. A tired, human part. Whispered maybe. Maybe I needed to see her. Not for her. For me. To prove I could look at the person who broke me and not shatter. I picked up my phone, opened the message, typed, "Tomorrow, 1 hour, at the park." Sent. Then I stared at the screen. No typing bubble. No reply. Just stillness. But inside me, something had shifted. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't angry. I was ready. Not for her story. Not for her apology. But to tell mine. The park was quiet. Just the sound of leaves moving in the wind. Kids laughing in the distance. A dog barking now and then. I got there early. Sat on a bench near the pond. Hands in my lap. Phone off. I didn't rehearse anything. I didn't know what I'd say. I just wanted to look her in the eyes and not feel like I was drowning. 10 minutes passed. Then I saw her. Mia. She looked smaller somehow, like someone had taken all the light out of her. Her eyes were red. Hair tied up like she hadn't tried. She sat down slowly. Not too close. Silence. Then she said it. "I'm sorry." It wasn't dramatic. No tears. No speech. Just quiet regret. I looked at her. Really looked. This was my sister. The girl I used to share secrets with. Who braided my hair. Stood beside me at birthdays. Watched rom-coms on Friday nights. And now? A stranger I knew too well. "Why?" I asked. Not angry, just tired. She shrugged. "I don't know. I was jealous." I felt invisible, and when he looked at me, I felt like I mattered. I stared ahead. The ducks moved across the pond. Slow, peaceful. "You could have told me you were hurting," I said. She nodded. "I know." Silence again. Then she whispered, "Do you hate me?" I didn't answer right away. Because the truth is, I did. For a while. But now? No. "I don't hate you," I said. She looked up, surprised. "But I don't trust you. And I don't know if I ever will." Tears filled her eyes. But she nodded. "I get it." I stood up, looked down at her one last time. "I hope you find whatever you were looking for, Mia. Really." And I walked away. This time, with no pain in my chest. No weight on my back. No voices in my head asking why. Just wind, and breath, and peace. That was the last time I saw her.